Welcome to Homework Lib.
Okay, so in a group of 100, n is equal to 100 teens, probability P represents the proportion of teens who own a cell phone. So according to the survey, around 78% of teens have a cell phone, so P is equal to 0.78. So now I have to check for the assumptions so we can decide on an appropriate model. So the first assumption is the independence assumption. Independence, which is that it is not reasonable to assume that one teen having a cell phone is independent of another teen having a cell phone. So they are independent because one teen using a cell phone doesn't affect another teen using a cell phone. So now I have to check for the randomization condition. And the 100 teens can be considered as a random sample of teens. So the 100 teens do make a random sample. And 10% condition, finally, is also satisfied because 100 teens is surely less than 10% of the total population of teens. Much less than. Okay, now I have to test the success and failure condition by checking NP and NQ. So NP is 100 times 0.78, which is 78, which is much greater than 10. Now NQ is 1 minus P times N, so 0.22 times 100, and it'll give us 22, which is also greater or equal to 10. So now we can calculate the standard deviation for our model. Standard deviation, and that is equal to PQ over N. So you plug in those values, we get 0.04. So that's part A. Now on to part B of the question. In a group of 100 teens, you know what P represents, which is just the proportion of teens who own a cell phone. So now I have to use a graphing calculator and do a binomial CDF, and that'll give us 0.268, and we enter the probability. We enter the sample size, 100, probability, as well as the probability that less than 3/4 of the sample is less than 75% of teens owning a phone.